based ourselves at the Camping and Caravan Club site in Beadnell Bay. This site is great for kids. With a large camping area, this is a site with a great family involvement. Plenty of space for the kids to play safe, with a beach just over the road from the campsite entrance. There is a small shop on site with a mini-mart 10 minutes walk away in Beadnell. Beadnell village is set at the end of a glorious stretch of beach known as Beadnell Bay. There is a small shop, fish shop and general store in Beadnell that also acts as a village post office. The village's harbour lies at the north end of the bay, and from there the beach, backed by huge dunes of sand, stretches south for miles. The village itself is split between the area around the harbour and the village nearer to the main road. The harbour area is distinctive, as it is the only west-facing harbour on the east coast, and has beautiful lime kilns that were built in the 18th century. The beautiful little harbour and the golden sands are safe for the kids to swim in, and for family picnics there is a large car park behind the beach and boat launching facilities. After tea, when the tide goes out, that's the time to dust off the binoculars, get the kids together and head for the beach, spot the wildlife and see what's in the rock pools. Seahouses lies on the Northumberland coast, about 15 miles northeast of Alnwick, between the beautiful villages of Beadnell and Bamburgh. This holiday town and fishing port did not exist until 1889, when the harbour was built in order to improve the local fishing and lime industries. The town itself centres on its harbour, where you will find fishing boats mixed with pleasure boats, taking hordes of visitors over to the Farne Islands. The Farne Islands are home to 120,000 pairs of breeding birds, half of which are puffins. The local name is Tommynoddy. In addition to puffins, there are guillemots, terns, razorbills, cormorants, shags, fulmars, eider duck and kittiwakes, and many, many more. The Farne Islands are a paradise for naturalists and photographers, and for parents with kids young and old. The breeding season, which lasts from April to July, many of the birds nest on the cliff faces, and weather permitting, the skippers will expertly manoeuvre the boats within feet of the nesting birds. Historically, the islands have strong links with Celtic Christianity and St Cuthbert, who lived here in the 7th century. There's also a medieval peel tower and Victorian lighthouse here, plus a visitors centre and easy access boardwalk. Many of the islands hide underwater at high tide. Visitors pass lots of these inaccessible islets on boat trips, a short journey to a different world.
The razorbills are not not as populated as the guillemots, only a few hundred pair of raceable. There it is on the water there to the left of us. I think the bird was wearing spectacles, white ring round the eye, flash on the side of the head. 5 or 6 don't bother to make a nest, just lay the egg. Those are the ones making all the noise, the kittiwakes. Hear them crying out their name, kittiwakes. Pretty good lifespan for the seabird and for the birds. These puffins will be here at the islands, resident at the farms, up until about late July, and very early. We'll not see these birds until late March to April the following.
Built in 1826, Longstone Lighthouse is famous for the erotic exploits of the lighthouse keeper's daughter, Grace Darling. With her father, Grace rescued survivors from the Forfarshire, which ran aground during a violent storm in 1838. Living alongside the birds in the waters around the Farne Islands, are the Atlantic or grey seals. There is a colony of between 4,000 to 7,000 seals. You will be able to see them basking lazily on the rocks at low tide. The grey seals have their pups in October and November and December.
Farne Lighthouse on the cliff top here above us. It's a fully automatic lighthouse today.
All you need now after 4 hours is a nice cool drink to get the salt water out of your mouth. After a shower, it's a 10-minute walk to Beadnell, to the pubs. You've a choice of two, the Lobster Pot or the Craister Arms. We chose the Craister because it has a beer garden, so we can sit outside to chill out. Bamburgh is a stunningly attractive small village set on the northern stretch of the Northumberland coast. It is without doubt dominated by its magnificently striking castle that can be seen for miles around, giving the whole village a somewhat dramatic feeling. You can't fail to be impressed by the sheer scale of the castle once you are up close, and in the village itself there is much to do alongside the castle and its amazing history. Following the deaths of Thomasin and William, a Darling family plot was established 20 yards south of the memorial. It is enclosed by a low rail. This is where Grace is laid to rest, and not, as many would suppose, in the grand memorial. She lies with her mother and father, brother Job, and her beloved sister Thomasin. The prominent stone memorial to Grace Darling. Grace Darling was a 22-year-old when she risked her life in an open boat to help the survivors of the wrecked SS Forfarshire on the 7th of September 1838. With her father, she rowed for over a mile through raging seas to reach them. The courage that Grace and her family showed on that day is now legendary. Grace was a media celebrity of her day. She was celebrated internationally and was showered with honours, including the RNLI's Silver Medal for gallantry. Getting to Holy Island takes a bit of planning. Access to the island is limited by the tide. Twice a day at high tide, the island becomes inaccessible. It was in the year 635 AD that a visitor arrived on Holy Island of Lindisfarne that would change this island forever. This man was St. AIDAN. He came from Iona and decided to set up his monastery on the island, and from here the Christian faith spread across the world. Early monks used conicles to travel on the seas. The Journey is a sculpture in elm by Fenwick Lawson. It shows 6 monks taking St. Cuthbert's body from the island on a journey across the north during the time of the Viking raids.